Hey besties, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to give you a story time on the time that I got kicked out of Clubhouse groups and how I got played by brands and how I ended up today. All right, so first things first. Let me fix my little microphone here. Oh, it's fixed. Anyway, so first things first, this is back in the time frame when Clubhouse was like really popping. I mean, like popping. And we were always in and out the groups, and it would be late at night and early in the morning. Everybody was literally on like all day and all night. So dang. So it's kind of embarrassing, but I feel like it's like really a lesson to be learned. And as a nail tech, it's definitely a lesson to be learned, because there are some relationships that you formulate with other nail techs that are definitely beneficial for you both, and you develop a friendship. And some relationships are super toxic, and I just take it as like a real lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? So we're in this group, and I was a moderator for this group called the 24-Hour Nail Club. It started because one of the bigger techs had said something and pissed off this one nail tech, and she was just like, well, all right, fuck it then, I'm gonna just go ahead and start my own. And it was gonna be called the 24-Hour Night Club. So I'm not gonna name who it is or anything like that. I'm not gonna name names because I'm not like that, and I don't want them to feel no type of way. Even though, we don't speak anymore. And just because we don't speak doesn't mean I won't have, like respect for, the person. So we're all in this group. I'm a moderator for this group. Everybody cool and, uplifting and, giving tips and tricks and all this other kind of stuff. And this one nail tech was up there all the time, and all she did was talk just about like her problems, her life, this, that, and the other. So her profile says that she was a celebrity nail tech, but I personally never saw any nails that she did, for celebrities. And I personally didn't think that her work was, like on the level of, like Marie Nails or Jenny Bowie, Voting, Not Polished Towel, and Sunny G, and all the rest of those nail techs that you kind of look up to. Because I mean, let's just keep it cute. There's always a nail tech that you look up to say like, dang, their nails are so bomb, I want my nails to look like that. I'm not saying that you're idolizing the person, but their work is just so dope that it's just like, damn, I'm gonna get there one day. And I feel like it's motivating to see other nail techs that do just like excellent work and take excellent pictures. Like, I ain't even gonna cap, my pictures suck, and I still struggle with taking pictures to this day, even though I have a little bit of a following here and there on different platforms. But it's gonna grow, and it's gonna take some time. And it's crazy because there are a lot of YouTubers that have 15,000, 20,000, 70,000 subscribers, and they won't even let you know how they got there. Like, no information is free, but I feel like if you're willing to pay for it, or pay for the information, or be grateful for the information, then why are y'all gatekeeping? Like, I never understood that. If somebody hits me up out of the blue, I will answer any question that they have. It doesn't matter if it's about a product, a process, the way I file, the way I lay my acrylic, and it doesn't matter. I'm gonna give you the information, because unfortunately nobody helped me get to where I am other than one or two texts. And then that is Amy did your nails, and I moved into a new area, and she sent me a bunch of clients because she just couldn't take them, and she didn't work with acrylic, and I did. So in turn, she mentored me and allowed me to be better with hard gel and poly gel and all those things, because she was a hard gel nail tech, and her prices were through the roof, but her work was also through the roof. So when pricing and all that, make sure that your prices match your work. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because there are a lot of people that I've seen where their prices don't match their work. Like, since you can't charge $100 and you can see all the lumps in them nails. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, moving along. So we're in this 24-hour night group, and you know, there are people in there that stand up all night long, and there's like 10 moderators, and you know, everybody takes turns being in a group overnight and talking about different things, and you know, talking about their goals. But what I didn't know is that some of the group members, not all, some of the group members, because we had a group chat for the moderators, did not like me because I was talking about my goals and aspirations to want to be a brand ambassador. It was mainly for Not Polished. Like, I've never not wanted to be a part of the Not Polished team. Like, that was a goal, that was a dream, and it is really a dream come true for me to be a part of, you know, that team. And it was just crazy. So they had a separate group chat outside of the group chat that we already had that just did not include me in it, and these girls would be literally talking shit. And the head honcho, me and her were moderators for a Facebook group called Black Nailtech Connect. Now, I had got into it with the owner of the group, and then of course you can't, you know, be a moderator and y'all beefing. And we was beefing because she took some money from me because she was doing some credit repair thing, and she says that she was putting you on with this person and it was $800. And because I had known her for so long, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't even think twice about it, and I did it. And it turned out to be a scam, and I had to lock all my credit up. And then, like, she basically ran off on a plug twice. Like, she ran off with my money. So that was a lesson learned, to not trust anybody with your money. It doesn't even matter how cool you are with the person. So, I mean, this little interlude is just me telling you about the trials and tribulations that I've gone through as a nail tech. And I don't know if anybody even talks about stuff like this, but I'm gonna talk about it because I'm not ashamed of the mistakes that I've made and the goals that I've accomplished. So the head honcho of the 24-hour nail group, she didn't like one of my other good nail sisters, and she's a part of the Valentino team. And I really, for the life of me, couldn't understand why. And you know, I was up all day and all night because I was in Afghanistan at the time, and I wasn't doing anything. So why not be on Clubhouse? Why not? Why the fuck not? So I was on there. But I didn't understand why she didn't like her, because my good sis is not the type of person that I know of that, you know, is one to, you know, you beefing with. So all the nail techs are in an uproar because something to do with Nail Pro magazine. I'm not even going to mention that either, because I ain't trying to have Nail Pro sue me because I'm talking about this in a public setting. So they had did some stuff as far as, like, you know, nail techs, you know, and skin color, I believe. I can't say for sure, so don't quote me. This is alleged. So all the big nail techs are like in an uproar, and they're upset. And so we all get in this one group, and then my good sis was at the top, and then she pulled me to the top to be a moderator. And then the head honcho for the 24-hour nail club, which I was a part of, was in there. She saw me she saw my good sis bring me to the top, and she started feeling some type of way, like I was switching sides, when I was never switching sides. Because if I've never met you in person, this is a neutral thing. Very, very neutral. It's super neutral. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Your beef is not my beef. I don't have an issue with either one of y'all. Like, you can vent to me and she can vent to me, and I'm not going to talk shit about the other person who's talking, and vice versa. So we have a phone conversation, and she finally understands my point, or what she says she understands my point. And it was a big mess. Like, these girls like basically turned their back on me because I had goals, and they was tired of hearing my goals. Well, if you was tired of hearing my goals, why didn't you just speak on it? I mean, if you're gonna be mad, put a name on it. If you're gonna talk shit, put a name on it too. So from then on, I just went off and ventured off by myself. But in the process, moving backwards just a little bit, I had this one company that I was interested in working with, and it wasn't acrylics, but it was something like that. I forgot what her name was, and it was 2 companies. Turns out that those 2 were friends, and I feel like the head honcho of the 24-hour nail club has something to do with me not getting the brand ambassadorship from either one of these 2 companies. So I hit the girl up. I was just like, hey, you know, I use your products. I love to be a brand ambassador for you, this, that, and the other. And the girl was like hella young too. I think she was like 17 or 18. But she was doing it. Sis was doing it. I can't even lie. Just because I don't like your business ethic and the way you handle things doesn't mean I'm not going to give you your flowers. Like, you definitely got your flowers. Like, you're young. You're doing it. You know, you're starting this brand. You're a businesswoman at a young age. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I've grown a lot throughout the years, because normally, maybe in my past life, I probably would have bashed her, but no bashing necessary, because it was all a big mistake and a big misunderstanding. But if people will learn how to communicate, you know, things wouldn't be as easily miscommunicated. You know what I mean? But anyway, so she said that she was going to let me be a brand ambassador for her company. And I never heard back from the girl again. And then I believe the head honcho had told her some bullshit. And then she had hit me up, and she was just like, oh, well, if you had a problem with the products and this, that, and the other, you could have called us. You didn't have to make a post about it or something like that. I'm thinking in my head, like, girl, what the fuck is you talking about? I ain't make no post. I'm like, girl, listen, I'm not even about to sit up here and go back and forth with you, because you don't pay my bills and I don't pay yours. We not sleeping together. So you, for one, you need to stop listening to people, because that never came out of my mouth. So her friend, who was Tropics, I hit her up because I wanted to be a brand ambassador. So sometimes you have to, you know, go out there on a ledge and present yourself in order to be noticed sometimes. And, you know, I figured, why not grow with a company versus, you know, trying to get with somebody that's bigger. Because I felt like that would have been easier to accomplish, so I could work my way up. So Tropics ended up saying some shit like, oh, you get a 5% discount, and, you know, you gotta buy some products. I was just like, that don't even sound right. So I essentially didn't take it. And I know another company that was like that too, where they wanted you to buy like 20 or like 10 of their solid colors and then 10 of their glitter colors. I was just like, yeah, that shit is like $20 each. What? And you wanted me to buy 10 of each? Girl, it's like buying a whole collection. I ain't ready to buy a whole collection yet, not at that time. So in retrospect, being too friendly and too open was my biggest mistake, because I didn't see the flaws in anybody until it was too late. Way too late. I did not see the flaws in anybody until it was too late. And that was a mistake on my behalf, because I'm very kind-hearted. I'll give you my last. I'll give you whatever. And, you know, I don't have no beef towards anybody. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody got what they wanted out of the group and out of life. So, you know, it is what it is. So, yes, I got played on multiple occasions. And I think it was like one more brand, but this brand was just like on some real retarded shit. It was called Mariposa Nail Supplies, and I was using her products, and her products weren't that great, but you know me, you know, I'm gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna make it jig somehow. And she had hit me about the blue, and she was just like, oh, well, yeah, I don't feel like you're a good fit for the company, blah blah blah. Mind you, she was doing this out of her bedroom, and that was another mistake that I was making by just accepting anything, just to kind of use it as a stepping stone. Do not just accept anything. Know your worth and know what you're capable of. Know what your talent is. It was just crazy. So I feel like those was my biggest mistakes as a nail tech. Like, we all had our learning curves, our trials and tribulations, everything like that. But one, don't compare yourself to other nail techs. Two, do not put anybody on a pedestal, because eventually, sis, you or bro, you are gonna get as big or bigger than that person. So, and that's the same way I feel about YouTube. I don't idolize anybody. I don't want to be like anybody. I don't take other people's ideas. I might take a few songs that aren't copyrighted or anything like that, but other than that, I don't do that. Like, basically, I be in it, just in it to win it. Like, if somebody was to hit me up out the blue and ask me a question, I'm definitely gonna answer that question, because I don't feel like gatekeeping is necessary. Because one thing I know is that you could give a person a recipe, but can they bake the cake like you? Probably not. Not to say that it won't happen eventually, but by that time you be done skyrocketed up even further if you have that type of will and determination about yourself. So that's that. Let me see. What mistakes did I make as a YouTuber? One mistake that I've made as a YouTuber is when my channel was taken off and I got monetized. I got sent to Afghanistan and I wasn't consistent with my videos, even though I could have been. I very well could have been consistent with my videos, but I wasn't. So I feel like I lost a lot of my viewers. Like, they're there, but they're not there. So I'm slowly trying to come back. I have a lot of favorite YouTubers. I have Sydney Alexis, which is part of the Not Polished team. V Nailed It. She's also part of the Not Polished team. Portia Nailed It. I love her work, and I love the fact that she don't even have to have clients. She do the nails on herself. Me, and the way my job is set up, my government job, no ma'am, you cannot have those nails. Like, the video that I did, the last video, like, if you haven't seen that video, the Lazy Girl Method Part 2, check that video out, because them nails were too long for my job, and I know it, but I'm gonna cut them down. I'm actually going to cut them down in the Lazy Girl Method refill. I have not done a video on that, and I haven't seen anybody do a video on that, so please go run and check that out, because it will be up Wednesday, October 5th. The video is gonna be up. I just haven't seen anybody do it, so I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna give you a little brief synopsis of what it's gonna be like. So of course I'm gonna use some, actually I found some soak off hard gel. Amazing, right? Yeah, I know, because normally hard gel is not soak off. You gotta file it all the way down and then buff when you get to the natural nail to get that off. There are some clients that I have that do prefer hard gel over acrylic. I guess for lifting purposes they feel more secure with it, but I had this one client I started hard gel with her because that's what she requested, because she says that every time she get acrylic nails done they don't last. But when she went on vacation the month before last, she did acrylic and they lasted her the entire time, and she was just like, well shit, dang, I should have been getting acrylics the whole time, because hard gel is much more expensive as a service than it is for acrylics, because of the cost of the products, the cost of how you have to maintain that, because good gel is expensive. Now I did start out with NeonNailz gel. That didn't quite work out for me, so I didn't use it again. But disclaimer, I was a beginner at the time and I was just venturing into all these products: hard gel, soft gel, fiberglass, I was a beginner with everything, and I was just trying to see what was going to be the best fit for me. So I did it, and I don't think I did it right because I had messed this client's nails all up. Maybe I didn't prime it or what, but her nails did not last at all. And I was just like, well, shit. Okay, so I never used it again until like 4 years down the road when my good nail sis Amy, she was just like, you need to get into gel because there's a lot of techs that don't do gel and that will separate you from the rest of them. I was just like, you know what? You right, friend. You right. You absolutely right. So I did it, and now I have about an equal amount of, both clients. I have gel clients and I have acrylic clients. That's why I do have an intake form. And that's another thing. You definitely want to do an intake form when it comes to doing services, especially a COVID-19 one, because you don't want no type of issues from nobody. So the intake form, I ask about like your lifestyle. Do you do a lot of cleaning? Do you have young children? Are you buckling car seats? Like, what is your life like? Like, what do you do with your life? Like, and if you tell me, I'm a housekeeper or something like that, I would probably suggest using hard gel versus acrylic, because I feel like acrylic has a way different viscosity than gel does, and gel is a lot more durable. But anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I appreciate y'all being here, and we are almost at the end of the video. Right now I'm buffing the nails and making sure everything's good to go, and you will see the design at the end. So if y'all want more story times or whatever the case may be, y'all let me know, because as you can see, I could talk, but I've been trying to keep it to a minimum for YouTube, trying to keep it to a minimum, but I don't want y'all to be bored and just be looking at nails, because that's what I always do. So I felt like incorporating something else, which is, a story time. So if y'all want more story times, I got stories for days and days. But until my next video, I'm out. Gold all up in my grill. Who cares how you